Welcome to the GCN Tech Clinic, where we aim to answer your bike and tech related questions. As ever, you can submit your questions in the comments section below using the hashtag AskGCNTech, and we'll do our best to answer as many of them as possible. Alex, who's this week's first question?
First question is from Faisal. They say, hi guys and Manon. I use tubeless Conti GP5000 STRs with Zip 404 hookless wheels. We're using Markov sealant, which has worked to plug many holes. However, I've had to take the train back home today, clean the tyre, reset the system. Basically, it sounds like he's had a puncture, which wouldn't seal. But due to the shortage in almost all hookless compatible tyres, can't find any for his Ironman next month. What would we recommend doing? Using a tyre plug or a tyre boot? Is there a semi-permanent fix to use before he gets some new tyres? Well, I think there is. Do you know what I would do?
What?
I would look to repair the tyre on the inside using nearly the exact same way that you'd go about repairing an inner tube, just in reverse on the inside of the tyre.
Yeah, I would do that as well. So you get an old piece of tyre, something that can patch it, and the best thing will be an old piece of tyre because it has that puncture protection of that sort of carcass built into it. Then, simply just do a bit of sort of surface prep, sanding a bit on the inside of the tyre to make the surface a bit rough so the glue sticks to it a bit better, and then just use an epoxy to just glue something on the inside as a patch.
I think if it's only a particularly small hole, it's just a bit persistent and won't seal up, you could even use a normal inner tube patch, providing it's a little bit more of a robust one, not the super flexible ones.
Yeah.
It's actually a maintenance video I've been meaning to make for blooming ages.
Yeah,
got around
that'd
to
be a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
Nigel Wadsworth was next, saying, currently have a 2009 carbon aero road bike with Ultegra 6700 and nice carbon wheels. How much difference will there be in that and a new bike with Ultegra Di2?
Well, I feel like it's kind of near impossible to say how much difference there'll be in two bikes, which we don't actually know which the bikes are. But
if you just swapped the group set on the bike that he has to Ultegra Di2...
Well, there's not going to be a huge difference in out-and-out speed, I don't feel, just by changing a group set. Small difference in weight, which is going to help you ride a little bit faster and cycling uphill. But aerodynamically, I don't think there's a big difference in it. But if we're looking at, say, a 2009 carbon road bike frame and a new bike, then I think there might be quite a difference in the feeling that you're getting from the frame.
Yeah.
Especially in terms of comfort.
I think the frame's probably going to be more comfortable. It's going to be probably stiffer as well, just owing to the age of that frame now, if you've ridden it a lot. I think also, there's a good chance it could be heavier, because bikes have got a bit heavier with disc brakes and stuff. And they've got more aero, which means a bit heavier as well. So it could actually be heavier switching now.
But I think it's fair to say a 2009 aero bike compared to a modern day aero bike going to be, like you say, stiffer in the ways you want it to be, but also a little bit more comfort to try and keep you comfy on the bike, and the fact you've got space for wider tyres, help improve comfort further still. Biggest thing for me, I think, will be getting your position dialed in.
Yeah. But if your bike's working fine, it's not going to be a huge difference. I think I think you've got a great bike there by the sounds of things. So don't feel the need that you definitely need to change it.
Question is from Stego675. Hi guys and Manon. Everyone's saying hi guys and Manon. Manon, are you in it? As winter is coming and I'm about to swap to winter tyres, unfortunately tube type, can I put some tubeless sealant into the inner tube? The valve core is removable. This will help to seal up small punctures if they occur. Thanks in advance. Yeah, I think you could do that, no stress.
Yeah, I've done it before, and pro teams have done it for races like Paris-Roubaix and stuff like that in the past. I've done it and tested it. It does seal some punctures. It's not as effective as like an actual tubeless system, but as I said, it does seal some punctures. So even if it just seals a few, that can be worth it, can't it?
So there are specific inner tube sealants out there, and there are tubeless sealants. I think the difference between the two products is fairly small, but if you can get the stuff labelled for inner tubes, common sense says it's going to be slightly more effective, but the tubeless sealant I think will still help you out.
Still can work, Jolo Joe says, hello, I want to order a brand new Shimano R8100 group set, but I can't make a choice on what gearing I wanted. So it's 5236 1134 or 5034 1130. What do you prefer and why? I feel I can answer this.
Go on then.
Well, if I could have any gearing at the moment, and it's not what I've currently got on the new 12-speed Shimano, it would be a standard chain set, so 5339,
Yeah.
and then the 1134 cassette.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
with the 12-speed, like normally I'd run like an 1130 or 1132 cassette, but with the 12-speed, I feel like why not take advantage of that and have that extra bailout gear,
Yeah,
which is
I'm kinda
really
with you.
usul on steep hills. I use it all the time, like being
Yeah.
able to like, you know, spin up steep gradients and stay seated in the saddle. It's more efficient and like I think it's really good. I've not been able to get hold of one of the 1134 cassettes for the
Yeah.
12-speed yet.
I've
but
got an 1130 on the moment, but I'm kind of with you on that. I'll tell you something that, as you were explaining that, something that stands out as an extreme example of this, when we went and did the hill climb vid.
yeah,
You had modern road bike gears, and it was so clear how much faster your cadence was compared to mine with well, slightly older gears. But I think that's sort of a real clear visual of it.
yeah, that is good. Yeah, if you've not seen that vid. But I would say out of those two combos, I would go 5236 with the 1134 cassette because it's a bigger range.
Yeah.
It's just a bigger range. Like you often find on nice long, sort of slightly downhill straight descents, you'll spin out a 5034.
Yeah.
Like you'll spin out that chain set of a 5011. So yeah, I'd go for the slightly bigger chain rings.
Okay, glad we cleared that up. Next question is from Sheikh Ahmed. They say, Ollie, do you recommend gel or Brill cream? Which one? Or maybe not one. Maybe not one of those brands. Hair's on point.
I use it's muck off dry lube.
Dryly. Maybe you don't want to give away your secrets, do you? All right. Well, the mystery goes on. Next question is from Nick Fowler. How does Mark? Oh, I see. So I picked this out underneath the North Coast 500 video. How does Mark get his Wahoo to last 29 hours, or does he just use 2?
I don't actually know the answer to that, but you can charge it on the move with a power bank. So if there was a power bank attached to the bike, that could be.
Yeah, so
an
I
option.
actually have seen some of the footage of Mark doing his attempt. Well, not attempt, he beat the record. But you can see there's a little cable coming from the back of the head unit, so he must have it hooked
in a
up to
bento
power
box
bank.
on the bike. There's a power bank. There you
Simple, because it definitely doesn't last 29 hours.
No, it's like 17. But
Yeah.
if you've got the backlight on, it'll last quite a bit less.
Yeah.
John Potter says, I'm looking for a recommendation of products suitable to remove road grime off my carbon wheels. I use warm soapy water for my general bike clean. I find the wheels are not as clean as they could be. Always enjoy the show. Thanks, people.
Oh, thanks. Glad he enjoys the show.
Yeah.
I would suggest look into a slightly stronger cleaner first. So if you're using a bike cleaner, you could perhaps try not diluting it down quite as much.
Yeah.
Then you could try using a bike degreaser. And if not, I'd probably look to use, well, I'd stick to bike cleaning products.
Yeah.
I'd then try a disc brake cleaner or perhaps a glue or tar sealer remover. Actually, I've got some here. There you go. You grab that can, the pink and yellow one. So
Yeah.
this stuff is actually good at getting glue residue off, but it will also help get some of the tar and the grime that you get from the roads.
Like it. Nice.
Lots of options out there.
Next question from CJG, who says, I primarily do road races and crits, but I also do a few time trials every year. So I'm in the market for an aero bike with compatibility for clip-on TT bars. Most I've seen have unique handlebars with no way to mount clip-ons.
God, yeah, what would we suggest in this situation?
Well, yeah, you're right. Like there are actually now some TT bars available that do have they can be fitted to aero style bars, and there are like different mounting sort of bracket options that you can get. There are a few out there because you're right. This is increasingly difficult to fit TT bars on. I mean,
Shall I go with my initial thoughts on this?
swap your bar out.
Yeah, I think you're going to have to make life super simple, you're going to have to sacrifice your fancy aerodynamic drop handlebar for a bit more like a traditional stem and handlebar setup. And then that way you're going to have far more options in terms of clip-on tri-bars.
Yeah.
There's a slight sacrifice in terms of like the aerodynamics of the drop handlebar, but it's a small sacrifice, I feel.
I just would ride in an aero hoods position on my road bike and
Yeah.
not even bother. But it depends. Like if you're trying to compete, it's just
Yeah.
quite difficult to compete on a road bike against time trial bike.
Yeah, getting your body position in that time trial bike style is going to have a big impact on the speed you can ride at, and it's really going to help you speed up.
Yeah.
So that's probably what I would do if it was me. I would look to move to a traditional handlebar and stem setup.
I mean, the other thing is there are bikes that are designed to be switched. So the most notable example is like Look make a bike where the seat post actually, the seat post is designed to flip round and put in the other way
wow, yeah.
to change the geometry of the bike and turn it into a TT bike. And then it has tri-bars that fit onto the design, are designed for that bike. So like, that's an option as well.
Yeah, lots of different solutions out there. That was our last question for this week's Tech Clinic.
Oh.
Yeah, rounding it out. Once again, as I say every week, sorry if we didn't get to your question. Keep commenting it in the comment sections down below. And with any luck, well, we'll see you next week.
See you later.
Bye.